Welcome, this is Glendin ThePackRat, and we are playing Farming Simulator 2015, and this is episode 12. Well, I started out with number 16 here in the land plots, and bought number 17, and now I just bought number 15. I planted canola in all three of them. I planted 17 first, then 16, and then 15. Jordan's farming not farming, tree farming, let's say, logging business has been quite lucrative. We have been able to buy a couple of new pieces of equipment. One was this very mondoon huge, put that away, tipper that I needed. And with the big tipper, I needed a new tractor, so I went and bought this one. It's an articulated one. It turns kind of funny. But, yeah, this big mondoon tipper is going to hold a lot of stuff for us. And, yeah, well, I needed to get that because of this. We went and bought the big one. Now, the bar on the front isn't the biggest one. It's the 4-foot shorter one, but I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to fit it in the barn we were storing it in. It's going to do an adequate job on what we want. It is the New Holland. It is, see, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a foggy morning, but it's still really nice. This field just came to harvestability at this point. So we're going to open this up, and that's beautiful. This increases the storage capacity of it. That's where all the harvested material goes. And we are then going to hire someone to do this because I got other things I have to do. And there we go. And we're harvesting canola. And I've turned the swath so that it doesn't actually leave something. I don't think it can leave something with canola. I think it's basically wheat to leave a line of straw behind it. Well, that's what I'm planning on doing with a couple of different things. I'm planning on maybe when we get 18 to plant straw down there, or wheat. 15, I have canola, and I'm planning the next crop to be corn. And 17 is going to be canola, what we're doing again. 16 is going to be a tree farm. I found out you can plant the trees and harvest them. It takes about 3 days for them to grow. We can make a massive tree farm at 16. When you pick up a pallet and you use the planters of saplings, 16 is just about long enough to make 20 saplings in a row. So we'll run back and forth to the garden center up at the top, pick up pallets and plant them. And I think it should be a very well done thing. Jordan has a day off today, or actually a few days off. He's had to go back to school. And when I see him again, he's going to have the surprise of having field 16 planted into a really big tree farm. Then he can use his the Scorpion King, which is a processor, to process all the trees, and then actually let us run over here. There is his Scorpion King, his processor, which we had got before. The New Holland is the modded one. It's from the DLC. This one here, the blue thing, the teller, what I keep calling the teller. We still have our old tractor, which is the stump grinder, and I don't see any reason to spend money on that, and it does an adequate job as it is. We had to buy a new, since we have all these fields, I had to buy a new seed planter, and that's what that is. That does all the cereals, and this one over here is for sugar beets and sweet potatoes. It's for sugar beets and corn, and we're going to be planting corn soon. And that's the header that goes to the new harvester for corn. So we're going to be doing that. And this here is the tractor I bought to run the seeders and all that, the planters. And when you have to run up and down a field, this is the one you want to use. Because the other one's a bit too heavy. It's got 4 tires, and that's basically road work. So this is the one you want to use when you're in the field because of the way that back tire is. Let's drop this off here. I probably will use that with with the little green tractor. That's for planting the seedlings of yeah. That's for planting the saplings for the trees. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this one. This is the sprayer we've got. It is a download DLC. I used it in the 2013 version of the game. It is well done, very well done. Looks very, very cool. The way they've got it set up. It is not hireable. You cannot hire somebody to run it for you. So you have to do it yourself, but it has a huge area that it fertilizes all in one shot. Now, while they're doing that over there, harvesting that, and they're going back and forth, and I really think I want to do that lengthwise because we have the new equipment now. When I planted that, we didn't have this new equipment. I'm going to get this seeder ready to go lengthwise on that. And this is articulated everywhere. I mean, it's bendable. So backing it up is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. I'm just going to back up a little bit and then do a real hard turn. What I expected to get it back out. And we're going to run it over here and fill it with seed. And we're going to get it ready for replanting field 17 as soon as we've got it harvested. So let's go ahead and fill that up, and that's going to cost a pretty penny too. But this is a massive planter, seeder, whatever you want to call it. It's probably got 100 names, I don't know. But I'm going to get it ready, and we're going to do canola again in that field. When I go to plant corn and such, I have to use the other one, but this will plant all the cereal crops. Let's go out through here. Yeah, as you can tell, I got cars turned off. And here's the reasoning behind that. Yes, there's about 8 people that live on this map, which means you should never see more than like 8, 9, 10 cars. And we're seeing hundreds of cars. It's like, really? You want to put hundreds of cars on this map, riding up and down this thing all day long, when all you have is like 8 farmers living here? The way I would do it, if this is all my farm and there's only about 8 people living here, I would turn it into a gated community where you have to, you had to live here to get in. Because I don't want just sightseers coming in here and running all up and down my crops and breaking things, and yeah, so everybody get off. So, yeah, if you saw a car every once in a while running up and down things, I could see that's normal. Run up and down the road, but not to the extent of the cars we have. Now, if there was a way to really turn that down to where there'd only be a few cars going up and down the road, I'd leave them on. But it just seemed unrealistic to me to have that many cars sightseeing through these fields if, all this property is mine, or sort of mine. Now, the width of this is going to be a little bit farther away than I'm used to. I'm just going to park at the end here and see if he'll pipe out when he gets here. Let's go join him. He's 90% full. He should be able to turn around and do another one. Oh, that's very well made graphics. I've never sat in one of these, but it sure does look real to me. I love the way the graphics are going, the way the canola moves down the screw and into the hopper, or into the pathway to go to the hopper. Look at all the little numbers and stuff moving there on the display panel. That's some attention to detail. I think this company that made this game, oh, there's another one up here, does a tremendous job. Oh, it's the same one. No, it's not. It's got different things. Oh, you're telling me we didn't make it? I thought they were going to make it down to the end. Apparently we didn't make it. This diesel, I had to wait a minute for the coal plug to heat up before it would start. You're telling me we didn't make it? Ah, how dare you? Now, we've been doing a lot of this lately, canola and putting it away. While Jordan was doing a tree farm, I was just harvesting it, putting it away. So we have a silo full of canola. And I've seen it go down in price, and I've seen it come back up, and we're about, what, $1,200 per ton of this stuff right now. Let's do a double check here. Canola's holding steady, and has been holding steady for a long time. Flour mill is $12.13. Looks to be about the highest price. So let's take it to the flour mill. It's going to be really close here, because the flour mill is just to the north of us. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab what's in the harvester, and then we're going to go grab what's in the silo, and we're going to go ahead and sell this off real quick. Because the price doesn't seem to be wanting to get any higher, although it can be a little bit higher. I've seen it, but it can be a whole lot lower too. So I think it's about the time to go sell this. I want to raise money for Field 18. I have the equipment now, I think. The Field 18, I may to go ahead and do wheat or rye or something that produces straw. And I will go ahead and leave the swather on to go ahead and leave nice little trails of straw to go ahead and pick up with a baler, and then we'll get an automatic bale trailer to pick the stuff up, and we'll head toward the direction of starting cows. And just so you know, we had a glitch with the map when we first started this, and we ran it anyway for a few episodes, and then we had to start over with it. So we've actually played a good long while to fix the glitch, and gotten up to this point. Oh, come on. You can't be drunk. It's early morning. Don't need you to be drunk. Oh, come on. That's not, you're messing up the chicken farm. Oh, hired help is just so hard to... Good help is just so hard to find. Oh, it's foggy, so he's going to use that excuse that it's foggy. Okay. That's your one excuse. Let's get the rest of this canola we've been storing up. Hit R. And it already knows what we've got in the truck, so it's going to give us the same. And I'm pretty sure we're going to fill this up and then have some on top of that. We have still 68 in there. Let's see what we have after we fill the truck. I'm thinking we're going to get about 60,000 per trailer full. Maybe a little more. What we got? We still got 38,000 in there. Wow. And the trailer's full. Alright, let's go run this over real quick, then we'll come back. By the time we come back, he might have a pipe out on the harvester. Yeah, so the harvester, what happened is I got field 17 planted, then I went and planted 16, then I bought 15 and planted that. So we have a little delay between the fields. But when I replant these fields, I'm going to do different things in these fields. Number 16 is going to be a tree farm. We are going to plant saplings. And when Jordan comes back from his, couple of days off or whatever, and can join me again, he's going to have a massive tree farm right where 16 used to be, so that he can go ahead and run his little tree processor there. And I'll use the telly to pick up the logs and put them in the trailers. Normally you'd pick up the big fat logs and put them in the trailers, and the tiny ones near the top that you cut up, you throw those in the chipper. But we really, along with the branches and stuff that this game just deletes, we really don't have a chipper yet, or a way to do that. So I might just pile up those little teeny ends and not even put them on a truck. I just put big logs on the truck. Okay, now let's see. We're about almost 10,000. Let's see how much we get. That's a lot for one tipper full. Wow. 71,000. It was 10,000 more than I expected. 71,000, that's a lot for one tipper full. Of course, it was a couple of fields to harvest this to get that tipper full. But still, that's nothing to sneeze at there. Let's go back. Hopefully he's got a pipe out. We'll grab some things there, and we'll grab the rest of this stuff in the silo, and we'll run it back down here again. And when he's done with that field, I'm going to put him on 16, and he's going to wait until it finishes being harvestable, till it ripens. And I'm going to put the other tractor to seeding that big field. Still going to do canola on that one field we're harvesting right now. 16 is going to become our tree farm, and our new field, once the canola is harvested, is probably going to be corn. I'm gearing up to do corn there, and maybe I'll hold it in the silo for a while until the price goes up. I'm just doing corn because it's more realistic. I mean, canola is one thing for a cash crop, but no farmer would plant only canola. I mean, because if the price bottoms out on it, you're sunk. Even though canola is a whole lot got a bigger price than corn, I still want to do corn anyway. I'm thinking I'll do one cash crop of corn, and then I'll have to buy the equipment for doing silage, and then we'll get into feeding. Well, the best thing to feed is a mix. Let's see if we can line up here on the end. Best thing to feed cows is a mix, but you can get away with just feeding some grass and silage, and I can do silage ready enough with just a few pieces of machinery. The mix takes an extra piece of machinery. It takes bales of hay, it takes silage, and well, I can put grass in another trough. So we can get away with just doing silage and grass, and I think that'll work for cows, and we'll start building our numbers up. I also want to put in a solar panel or two right behind the house, and when we get to it, we'll put a wind turbine or two up on the hill behind the barn. And I think that will get us a lot of money coming in without having to do much. And at least that'll pay for all the hired help we get. Got to give these guys jobs, you know. Not everybody can just own the farm. Some people got to work on it. Now, I worked as an electronic technician on arcade games my whole life, or most of my life, other than the military. And, you know, I was one of those people that come in, service the games, go out, and, you know, like somebody who worked in a hotel who makes up the rooms. You're supposed to be not seen and not heard. You're supposed to be invisible in the background. You come in, you do a service, you leave, and the customers just don't even notice you're there. And that's how you're supposed to be, but doing a lifetime of that kind of work where you're invisible is kind of... it gets to you after a while that, you know, why can't I? You look at the other people that are having fun in the hotel and they're in the game room playing and all this other stuff, and you start thinking to yourself, why can't I be that person instead of this person that has to be invisible? You know, why can't I be there having fun and being on a vacation? And I don't remember ever being on a vacation. When I was a kid, my father took us on vacations, but I don't remember. I worked so much in my lifetime that I don't remember ever going on a vacation for myself. You know, that I was the adult that planned the vacation and went on the vacation. I just worked too much. It was a different financial climate when I was an adult than when my parents were an adult, or adults. They could afford that kind of thing. But yeah, you work that kind of business, that kind of you know, everything is like that when you're servicing other people. When you're in the entertainment industry or in the hotel industry, or, you know, there's hundreds and thousands. Yeah, there's millions of people doing those kind of jobs where you're supposed to be invisible. I was thinking hundreds per hotel, not just hundreds, but yeah, when you're supposed to be invisible. Let's go get that other bunch now that he's empty, and we fulfilled our obligation to him right now. Go get the rest of that and go sell it. But I mean, it wears on you after a while of just being the invisible person that comes in and, you know, makes up the room or takes care of something behind the scenes, and you're not supposed to be seen, you're not supposed to be heard. I guess delivery people are like that too. They're supposed to show up in the back, they're supposed to deliver the stuff and not be seen or heard by the customers, and then just, you know, fade away. And it gets you after a while that you're doing that kind of job, but those jobs are necessary. You have to do those jobs. Somebody has to do those jobs. And it's the same way with hiring a crew to run your farm equipment. I mean, I don't belittle anybody like that. I mean, that, oh, this is just a farm hand, we can get rid of it. No. If I ran a farm like this for real, any farm hand I'd have would be part of the family and have a job there forever. Oh, did we ever actually get out? Potatoes going down. Oh, crap. Oh, we're empty. We got wood chips to do too. I could buy a little scoop for our telly and pick up those wood chips that are there, I suppose, just to zero that out. But it's almost full. Let's go dump it, and then we'll get back. So yeah, I've seen people, the invisible people is what I like to think, and I was one of them for the longest time before I had to retire medically. Yeah, I've seen invisible people being treated really badly, and it doesn't matter who they are, or what race they are, or what ethnic, whatever they are, or what country they come from. It's just the people who are the visible people treat the invisible people badly sometimes, and that's just not right in any way, shape, or form. Especially since I was one of the invisible people. I've quit jobs because of that kind of thing. I've, you know, you can't treat me like this. You know, you stick that where the sun don't shine, and I quit. Find somebody else to be your invisible person. You know, have these games fix themselves. And I've done that. I've had to. Don't put up with no shit. It's your life. Live it right. Even if you have to do a job where you have to be one of those invisible people to get the job done right. That's just part of the job. So if I were to own a farm, and if I were to have a bunch of people come in to work with me, it wouldn't be just migrants that, you know, they come in for a couple of days and then you kick them off your farm. No. These people would be family. These people would have houses. They would be, you know, hand in hand running the farm with me. It's not right any other way. And I don't care if they come from another country. Hell, I'd help them get, if they want to stay here and live here, or are they just here on a work visa, doesn't matter to me, whatever they want to do. If they want to live here permanent, I'd make sure they can get the paperwork done and do that. Because hell, it's only some paperwork, isn't it? And, you know, I keep saying, you know, I'm from New Jersey and I got this accent that slips out once in a while, and you can't help where you're born. I mean, you didn't choose to be born wherever you were born, but you did choose what country you want to come to live in. And if it's not the country you were born in, that's okay too. I think some people forget of what America was founded on with all this terrorism stuff, and I really don't want to stray into that or say that word again. But remember the Statue of Liberty. Remember what it was founded for, and if you don't know, look it up. It's supposed to be a symbol of this is the place to go when you have nowhere else to go. And this closing the borders stuff is just absolutely it's un-American. I've heard people say, well, we want to close the borders and keep everybody out, and if you're not born here, we don't want you. Really? You really got to go take a look at the Statue of Liberty again, because that's not what this country is about. This country is about when people don't have, when you're a refugee from another country, when you want to leave the rulership, the harsh rulership of another country, you can come here and this country will give you sanctuary. That's what we're about. We will let you start a new life here. Bring us your huddled masses, bring us your, go read the Statue of Liberty. I think in this day and age, with all the stuff going on, we're losing sight of, yes, we have to protect the country, and that's got to be the topmost, thing on the agenda, but still, remember what the Statue of Liberty said. Remember what it stands for. Remember what built America. And yes, we have corruption everywhere. I think every country does. Until we figure out how to get rid of it, we're going to have it. But that's not the ideals this country was founded on, to close the borders, to keep this person out or keep these people out. Go read the Statue of Liberty again. Go see what that's about, because apparently you forgot, type of thing. Okay, enough on that. I just went off on a tangent, and I shouldn't be doing that. The way I see these games and me playing and me talking, I've got 50 years, half a century of life experience. And I have all these little pearls of wisdom, these nuggets of insight, these whatever you want to call them. And I might as well go ahead and just, throw it out there while I'm playing. When I have a time where there's a few hours that I got nothing to talk about, might as well throw it out there, because maybe I can help somebody. Maybe somebody who's watching, somebody who's hearing this can take a little bit of what I just said and go, and change their viewpoint on the world, or just look at something a little differently and resolve one of their problems they're having by doing so. So if I can help somebody by giving my knowledge of my life experience out, then great. No matter who they are. If I can help someone else, then even if I don't make a dime doing this, and as this point in time with me recording this, I'm not. Even if I can't make a dime doing this, then that's all right. If I can help a few people while doing this, then I'm happy with that. Let's jump to the harvester. See what we can do. That is one beautiful harvester. I like the yellow and blue. Blue's my favorite color, by the way, if you haven't figured it out yet. Boy, am I not so... I'm ugly in there. I wear a very short beard, and I'm sort of... bald. And my beard is gray, so that don't look nothing like me. It might have looked something like me 30 years ago, but, don't look nothing like me. That's what they should do, is add a little customization thing to this, where you can change the look of the person to make it look like something like you. Now, I've seen other gaming channels able to put a new skin on some of these farm equipments, like to put their channel logo and stuff on there. I haven't figured that out yet, and I would love to figure that out, to put my my own little logo on some of the equipment. Like what is it? Gunning Gamers has a couple of trucks with his YouTube logo site, whatever it is, all over the truck, and that looks really sharp. I have to hand it to him. That looks really sharp. And I just don't have the skills to do it. But I'd love to do something like that. I don't really even have a logo to put on there yet. I haven't quite figured all that out yet. I'm still working on it. I'm still getting there. And I'm growing my channel. And I'm enjoying the hell out of these games. I'd be playing these games anyway, even if I wasn't recording. But, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Go ahead, pipe out, and then do a turn. Yeah, primarily I'm just going to be waiting for a long time for him to finish this field. And then that other field there, number 16, is just about ready to pop to be harvestable. And then I'll bring him over there. When he's done with this field 17, I'm going to start replanting it lengthwise, and I'll start harvesting it lengthwise from now on. I'm going to do all the fields like that. Number 18 I did like that. Or is it 15? 15. I didn't buy 18 yet. 15 I'm doing lengthwise. It takes a long time to go up and down the field. But yeah, for the longest time I'm just going to be up and down this field with this harvester. But the money's rolling in, back up to 144,000. And we're going to be planting some stuff soon, real soon. When we get 16 done, I'm not going to replant it. I think I'm going to have to buy another one of those cultivators, because I think I used the one I had. A simple one, but expensive. 98,000 to prepare a field. I'm not sure if I have to prepare a field in between planting like potatoes or something. If I do, I might have to have one of these, the big ones. But I could just go with this one for now. I just want well, I don't know if I really need to do field 16 before planting trees. So let's wait and find that out before I go buying one of them and not have to need it. Anyway, it looks like we're coming to the end of it. It's only been a half hour. Actually, it's been the same half hour in the game as it has been out here with us, huh? Anyway, thank you for coming on the journey with me. Jordan might be here on the next episode or next episode after that, and I'm going to try to get field 16 all planted up for him, so when he comes by, he sees nothing but trees everywhere, and can go ahead and start processing those. Yeah, thank you for coming on the journey with me, and smash that like button. It lets us know what we should keep doing, if people like this or people like that, and I'm doing it entertaining enough, then we'll keep doing that stuff. If nobody likes it, then I guess we'll stop that and do something else. And stomp on that subscribe button, because I'm still growing the channel, if you would. It'll help me out a lot. And I will see you next episode.